All right, hello, friends, and welcome to 2023. I think this is our first session we've done this year, so good to see you all. Those of you wearing the blood flow bands, we have them on, but we're going to wait to add air. So just wait until after we give you the signal, we'll add air together. Those of you not wearing the bands, I'll give you some alternatives to do. As I mentioned, the crew here live, if you want to have a bench or a chair, we'll have the option to elevate your feet during this first series for some elevated hamstring curls, or you're welcome to just keep your feet flat on the ground for some glute bridges. But in the meantime, we're gonna all come on down to hands and knees. We're gonna warm up the wrists, warm up the mid-back. We've got a couple of rounds of some work on the floor before we get into the main piece today. So as you come to hands and knees, we're going to turn the palms down, rotating the fingers in towards you. Spread those fingers nice and wide, get a nice stretch for the forearms. If it's intense here, just hang out here. If you can lean back just a bit, go ahead and lean back, get a comfortable stretch. And then I'd like to add a little side to side rock as well. Focus your breath to breathe in and out the nose as able. From here, go ahead and keep the soles of your feet up towards the sky, sitting back on your ankles. And then we'll shake out the arms. We're going to take it into a tricep stretch. Go ahead and take your right arm straight up, chin in, bending that elbow as you reach around. Lengthen through the spine. And then if you'd like, you can add a little bend to the side. Add a little side stretch into it. We'll do that twice more. Breathing in as you come straight up and down, and then breathing out as you lean to the side. Good. One more on this side. Very good. Go ahead and release the arms. Swing them back and all the way up. We've got some overhead work later on in the session. Get some good mobility for the shoulders and mid-back. Reach. And rest. Good. Let's go ahead and stretch that left tricep now. Bend the elbow. Put that chin down and in and drive it back. And then when you're ready, you can start to add that lengthening through the side body, taking it to the side. Breathing in as you come back to center. Lift up through that spine. Good. One more time. And release. Beautiful. All right, we're going to make our way back down to hands and knees. And now we're going to start to move into a down dog. We're going to do that sequence where it's going to be the down dog. You're going to point the toe, extend the hip. We're going to go between 3 and 6 on each side. I'm going to take you through 5. You move at what pace is right for you. So make a nice wide handprint. Come on up. And then when you're ready, you're going to extend that leg back, point the toe, engage the glute. And then I like to breathe in as I come forward, really lifting up through that rib cage. Exhale, pushing back. Turn the gaze where you're looking right between the thighs. In as you draw forward. Lovely. Really push through the arms, extend back long. Good. Forward, back. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and switch sides. Same thing on that opposite side. Breathing in as you draw that knee to the same side elbow. Really drive through the heel of the hand. See if you can focus to lower the heel of the downside leg to the ground. Start to lengthen that calf a bit. Do you want to really emphasize that extension through the hip, pointing the toe? Really lengthen through that whole torso. One more time. In, back, down, and rest. Fantastic. From here, we're going to transfer onto our backs. Rolling it around. And this is the exercise next. After we give a little 2-knee twist, you can have the option to elevate the feet. So if you want to position yourself near your chair, near your bench. But first, the 2-knee twist. I'm going to take the arms out to 90 degrees. Rest the head back and down. And then both legs together, looking over that other shoulder. And once you get a nice gentle twist, you'll sweep the knees up and over, turn the head, look the other way. We're going to go twice on each side. Switching when you're ready. Listening to your body. Wonderful. Look to balance yourself out side to side. And then about 10 seconds from now, we're going to start that minute of working that glute bridge. So either with the feet flat on the ground, or I'm going to go ahead and elevate my heels up on my chair. Arms are down at the side. And then whenever you're ready to begin, nice and gentle, make sure you get everything moving and firing together. Wonderful exercise, just to relax your eyes closed, feel into your body. Holding at the top of your bridge for 1 to 2 seconds. Drawing that chin in to lengthen your neck. And the knees wide throughout the motion. Deep breath in as you lower down, breathing out as you lift up, just over halfway. Focus to keep some space in that lower spine. So it's easy to kind of just crunch into your low back. Try to imagine you're trying to lengthen your lower back as you raise the hips. Gently lower down and release from there. Fantastic. All right, let's roll it back over to hands and knees. We're going to move through a few cat-cows, get a little bit more warmth for that spine, and then we'll do that down dog knee to elbow for a second time. So spread through the hands. With the knees underneath the hips, you're going to breathe in, pushing up, chin towards the chest. Breath out, looking up and forward. Wonderful. 5 times total. It's good practice to pause the top and the bottom of each breath. Lovely. The arms nice and straight throughout. Twice more. And last one. Nice long breath in. And on that exhale, let go of any stress, tension, frustration. Ah, beautiful. All right, let's come off the arms for a second. Give a little bit of a break before that down dog. We'll go a little behind the back stretch here from that kneeling position. Interlace the hands behind you. Look to extend those elbows. Raise the arms away from your body. Wonderful. All right, and shake it out. On this down dog, knee to elbow, on the 5th rep, we're going to do a little bit of an opening for the front of the hip in the back position. I'm going to give the option to kind of rotate and bend the knee, get a little bit more opening for the front of the hip. So that will be on the 5th rep, and then we're going to shake out the arms in between sides. So I just want to kind of give you that little cue here. So let's go ahead and come into position. Let's do the left leg first. So hips nice and high. When you're ready, you're going to draw that left knee towards the elbow, breathing out, reach back, reach long, and we're going to wait to that 5th rep to bend the knee and open the front of the hip. Draw it forward, driving it back, chin to the chest. It's almost like you want to follow your foot with your gaze. In and out the nose as able. Right, here comes number 5. Extend it back, engage the glute as you bend the knee, and then it's just a gentle rotation. So pushing strong through the arms and tilting through the hips. Holding for a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, unwind. Come on down, and let's take a moment off the hands. We'll do the same thing on your right side. Nice work. A little opening for the front of those hips. All right, we're doing the same thing now on the right. So coming back into position. 5 times on that 5th one is when we'll bend that knee. So start with that breath in as you draw that knee towards the right elbow. Point the toe, extend long, follow with your gaze. Drawing it back forward on the inhale, Exhale as we push back. Awesome. Trying to really wake up that glute. This is going to be my 5th. So if you're ready, as we push back, now I'm going to bend the knee and then start to lift through the hip, rotate. A couple breaths there, gradually unwind and come on down. Lovely. All right, making your way onto your back. We'll have a little bit faster transition of that glute bridge. If you need longer to give your low back any attention, go ahead and take it. This will be our final time through. We're going to start in about 15 seconds. So your choice if you want to elevate the feet or not. As you come into position, tuck your shoulders back and down. So you really help to have a nice broad chest as you lie flat on the ground. And 3, 2, 1, when you're ready. And now that the body's a little bit warmer on this second round, you might want to consider to pulse a little bit faster. So I lower the hips down, raise them right back up. Eyes are relaxed, closed. Give the eyes a break. Try to see if you can relax your brow area, right between your eyebrows. You tend to hold a lot of tension, trying to concentrate there. So let the concentration come out of your face and focus into the back of the body, giving that nice solid attention. 20 seconds left. Really good. Keeping that space in the front of the hips, avoiding any kind of pinching sensation. Final time, everyone. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. If you have your feet on elevated, make sure you give yourself a little bit of space. We're going to do a little bit different spinal twist than we did in the beginning. So go ahead and take your left foot up, cross it over the right thigh, and you're going to pick your right foot up off the ground. And now we're going to just tilt both legs to the right side. So once again, I cross my left foot over the right, and now I'm letting those legs tilt to the right as I turn my head and look to the left. And then you're going to hold it a little bit longer than you typically do on that 2-knee twist. You want to take your right hand to the left thigh to give a little bit more encouragement for your body to come a little bit deeper into that twist. See if that feels appropriate for you. And when you're ready, gradually unwind. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So now right foot crosses over the left. And now both legs shift to the left as you turn your gaze to the right. Nice. And once again, if you want to use your left hand on the right thigh, just to gently encourage that rotation. You never want to feel like you're forcing your body into a position. Yep, you got it, Sharon. Just let that head rest back. There you go, looking over the other shoulder. And when you're ready, unwind yourself from there. Lovely. And then roll it on over. We're going to come into our final down dog for this piece. And we're going to make our way up to our feet. So spread through the palms, hips nice and high. Take your time to give some stretch for the calves. So pedal out those heels. See if your body needs to give a little bit deeper breath, let out a little sigh as needed. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to inchworm our way. Feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet. And then we'll just dangle here and come out of that forward fold like you're trying to open up one segment at a time. Really nice. Awesome. All right, friends, once you get up to standing, we'll take just a couple more moments to get a little bit more stretching in, and then we're going to add our air into the bands before we move into our next series. So hip circles first. Fantastic. And then we'll swivel the other way, nice and smooth. We're going to be moving through 4 exercises coming up in this circuit. When you're ready, come into the quad stretch with me, grabbing your foot. It's going to be 3 rounds total, and it's going to be the variation where the first round, it's 1 minute on each exercise. The second round is 45 seconds on each exercise. And then the third round completes with 30 seconds on each exercise. So we'll move a little bit slower for the round of 60, and then look to pick up the tempo as the time goes down. Good job. Shake out that leg. And then same thing on the second side. Lift up, squeeze those shoulders back. It's a great time to practice your balance. And the exercises that we're going to be moving through are a squat, a deadlift, an overhead press, and a reverse lunge, alternating legs on the lunge. And resting on that side. Wonderful. All right, let's go ahead. Those of you that are using the bands, go ahead and add air. Anyone that doesn't have the bands, while you're waiting, grab a drink of water, some side stretches, reaching up to overhead. Anything else that feels good? So we're going to add air, and once we get our air in, I'll be keeping my eye on the clock. We'll do 20 minutes with the air in. That will take us through this whole first series, or the second series rather, and probably into a portion of our final series. All right, we'll get started here in about 35 seconds. I'm going to be going unweighted for my first round of squats. If anybody wants to hold some lighter weights up at their shoulders or underneath your chin, you're welcome to weight the squats from the start. And then our second exercise is going to be that deadlift position. So I'm going to have a moderate weight around for that exercise. 15 seconds until we begin the squats. Overhead press will be our third exercise. All right, everybody, get ready for your squatting. Set the feet just a slight toe out, eyes up and forward. And then when you are ready, go ahead and start to join us. Breathing in as you sit back, breathing out as you stand tall. Eyes looking forward, coming all the way up at the top, focusing on that depth in the bottom. Excellent. And once your body feels that range of motion, you're welcome to start to pick up that tempo a little bit. It's a great practice to be a little bit more intentional on the down. So coming down slightly slower than the speed at which you stand. Excellent. Feet firmly planted on the ground, just a slight toe out. 15 seconds left. We'll have a 15-second transition as we move into that deadlift. Here's that burn. Woo! And 3, 2, 1, and transition. Fantastic. Go ahead and find a light to moderate weight. Then bring one dumbbell over, set it right between the feet, and then stand tall. Draw your stomach in, stack those shoulders over the hips, long spine, and then when you're ready, we'll begin those deadlifts. Squeezing the glutes. Really imagine that you're a door hinge at your hips. So the hips push back, the chest bows forward, and the gaze looks down. You want to engage that mid-back, squeezing those shoulders back and down, keeping that weight right between your ankles. Nice. We're halfway through our first minute. So once again, you know your body. If you want to start to pick up that tempo a little bit, coming down in 1 to 2 seconds, coming up in about 1 second, really nice. I like to imagine I've got that little lift through the crown of my head, pull me up towards the sky. Want to improve our posture with exercise. And 3, 2, 1, and set it down well. We've got our overhead work coming up next. When we're working for a full minute on the overhead work, I'm going to go nice and light, and I'm going to be alternating arms. So I'm going to go one arm up and down, and then the other side. All right, here we go in that minute. I'm using light enough weights. Just got 5-pounders here that I don't need to assist with my legs. But if you get into that sticking point where you need a little extra lift, or if you want a little more blood flow into those thighs, then you can move into what we call our push press, where you do a little quarter squat and then drive up from there. Nice. Breathe out as you reach up. And you want to really be aware that we're not leaning back. Sometimes we'll start to arch back. You want to keep those shoulders stacked over top of the hips. Wonderful. 20 seconds left. Lunging is next. And similar to the squat, I'm going to set my weights down and do my body weight only on this first round. You know your body better than me, so your choice if you want to use some weight. Finishing this overhead press in 2, 1, transition. All right, getting ready for the lunges. So now for the lunges, I'm going to have my toes pointing forward, eyes looking up and ahead. A nice long step back, control that knee down, and propel yourself up and forward. And I'm thinking about really pushing through that front heel. Get that full extension. Excellent. Just kiss the knee to the ground and then standing tall. Good. But I'm not holding weights. Or reach the arms up as we step back. Helps encourage your chest to stay upright as well. Good. Those of you here live, that looks great. Everyone's taking a nice big step back, keeping that front shin vertical, heel planted. 20 seconds left. This is our last of the 4 exercises. We'll take a 30-second break once we complete here, and then we'll be going back to our squats. On round 2, I'm going to start to hold some weights with the squats. 3, 2, 1. Take a 30-second rest. Nice work. Let's grab some water. Getting ready for the squatting. You can hold one weight underneath the chin, or I'm going to hold one weight in each hand. Set the feet, just a slight toe out. And 3, 2, 1. We're into our round of 45 seconds. Awesome. Pulling down, driving up. Those of you that are really flexible, make sure that when you get into the bottom, you stay engaged through your core. I don't want you to let your hips just drop under you. So I want you to keep that curve of your low back. Nice. Looks good, Amy. Nice, Kathy. Keeping the eyes forward. 15 seconds left. There you go, Sharon. Breathing and moving. Well, once again, we're going to have that 15-second break. 10 more seconds. 1 or 2 more squats. And rotate. Fantastic. Round 2 of the deadlift. Either the same weight, or if you have something a little bit heavier that you want to work with. Really key to establish that posture at the top. So not letting my back sway. Draw the stomach in. Long spine, chin in. And when you're ready, round 2 on the deadlift. Good. Chin in, looking down and forward as you bow forward. And then eyes up and ahead at the top. You're like a pendulum, hinging at the hips, over and up, saying hello to those hamstrings. Wonderful. 15 seconds to go. If at any point your body wants to take a rest, listen to that. Don't push through a motion that doesn't feel like you're ready to go farther. Last time now. And rotate. Good. We're going back to that overhead press. I'm going to go a little bit heavier. And I'm going to stick with that alternating arms. On the third round, I'm going to go both arms together. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pressing up to overhead, nice and controlled. I'm going to look to keep without the legs for as long as it feels right. If anyone needs to add that dip and drive right away, you're welcome to it. Or if you want to add the dip and drive, make sure you get that full extension through the elbow and elevate just a bit through the shoulder. Good. Now I'm going to start to add the legs. Final 15 seconds. Breathe in as you dip down. Breathe out as you push up. Awesome. 2, 1, and rotate. Back to the lunges. So I'm going to pick up my lighter weights, hold them up at my shoulders. Set the feet just underneath those hips, toes forward, eyes looking ahead. And if you want to, we can do the curl version. So I'm going to start with the hands to the side. Here we go. We're going to step back, curl the arms in, and stand up, extend all the way. Curl and open. Nice. Working those biceps at the same time as the lower body. Awesome. Still being sure that you take a long enough step back. Just lightly kiss the knee. Really great lunges, folks. That's 30 seconds, 15 to go. That gaze ahead. One more time. 2, 1, and we'll take a 30-second break. Awesome. Grab another drink. We're coming to our final round. It's going to go even faster. 30 seconds at each. Now you want to find the heaviest weight that you feel confident with. Especially those of you wearing the bands, make sure you don't go too extreme on the weights. But typically when we're moving at home, we don't have super heavy weights to work with. All right, everybody, getting ready to go in 10 seconds. Starting back with those squats. Set the feet, just a gentle toe out. Eyes up and forward. 3, 2, 1, and here we go for 30 seconds. A little bit deeper if you can, Amy. Just a touch. That's better. Nice, good, Kathy, keeping those knees pushing wide. There you go, Sharon. And now drive through those legs as you stand up. Think about that downward force into the floor. Chest nice and tall, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Transition to the deadlift. Awesome. So as we come over top of our weights, we're going to stand all the way up. Find that neutral position through that lower back. Hinge forward, chin in, and 30 seconds begins now. Squeeze the hips. Should feel like your abdomen is braced throughout the motion. So just a slight engagement through the belly. Gives that support for your spine. Excellent. There you go, 10 seconds left now. Still squeezing the glutes, lifting the crown of your head high to the sky. And pause. Awesome. Final bit of overhead work for the day. And I'm going to do the dip and drive the whole time on this last set of overhead work. We'll give a little bit longer transition. Toes pointing forward, eyes up and forward. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm going to go both arms together now. 30 seconds. Overhead press, Sharon. Excellent. Woo! Now watch, especially those of you who went to both arms together, that you're still tall and not come into that sway back posture. Awesome. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Now we'll finish with the lunges. Shake out the arms, with or without weight. Oh, we had the option of the bicep curl. That's right, I'm gonna go lighter. Arms extended at the sides. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Curling in, extending through the hip. Awesome. In lunges, I'm always a little cautious to go too fast because I want you to be gentle on that kneecap. Just kissing that kneecap to the ground and then really propel up and forward to that front leg. Wonderful. Back and down, all the way through, and 2, 1, there we go. Woo! Nice work. All right, take a break, grab some water. We're gonna do a couple stretches together, and then we have one more series. All right, we're gonna give some love to the hip flexors and the upper body. You can either stay standing, or if you want to join me down at the bottom of the lunge, we're going to push that back hip forward, the knee that's down, we're going to raise the arm up, bend the elbow so we get that hip opener and the tricep stretch with that side bend. Good, now really focus in that trail leg to flex the glute. That's going to allow the front of the torso to open. And release. Good job. Coming up, just a quick touch on each side. Other foot steps back. Your choice if you want to bring it down to the floor. The side that's down or the foot that's back. Raise the arm up. Chin in. Push that hip forward and bend the side. All right, our last series that we're prepping for is going to be some upper body with the dumbbell row. Some blood flow. We'll have some high knees in between arms. And then you'll have the option to either do your overhead tricep extension, or if you want to work your dip position, go ahead and come out of that stretch. I'll be using the chair today to practice some dips. But first things first, it's going to be the dumbbell row. So we're going to start on your left arm. We have just under 5 minutes before we're letting the air out. So I haven't forgotten about those of you wearing the bands. Let's go ahead and start here in about 5 seconds. Left arm, it's going to have the right foot forward, left foot back. And 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, go ahead and begin that row. We're working for 30 seconds each round for each exercise. Sometimes we add some rotation. Today, we're just keeping the shoulders and hips nice and square. Trying to draw that shoulder down out of the ear. Emphasizing the position of the shoulder blade back against the rib cage, back and down, moving away from those rounded shoulders and rest. Beautiful. You should be in your left arm. Stand it up because in between sides, your choice if you want to march and punch, if you want to have a little hop in your step for that skip and punch. I'd like to see those arms going diagonal across the body and the legs staying square. Good. Nice strong exhale with that punch. 10 seconds left. Yeah. Good. Opposite arm, opposite leg, Sharon, and rest. All right, getting set for the right side of the body. Back to the dumbbell row. Stand tall as you hinge forward. Putting that other arm on the opposite thigh in 2, 1. 30 seconds on this side. Chin in, gaze looking down towards that front foot. Connect into your breath. Good, halfway. Excellent. We're going to go from this arm to the tricep work. 2, 1, and rest. Good. So you can either stand tall with a dumbbell overhead, or those of you that want to work your seated dip, we'll come into the chair. Draw the shoulders back so you lengthen through those collarbones. So we'll get a little longer transition. Get everybody ready. Excellent. We're going to come forward onto the chair. And 2, 1, here we go. Nice and gradual as you lower down. And you want to really lift at the top. So we want to avoid the shoulders ever shrugging into the ears, like a downward shrug throughout. Nice. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you push up. Lovely. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and come on, done. Awesome. Right back up to the feet. And then you can either take a full rest or into some rebounding hops. Option of the jump rope if you want to keep that blood flow going in the arms. You can also step jack here, get those arm circles going, or you can just keep the arms to the side and do like our little lateral hop. Woo! Nice. And there's our wrist break. All right, we're going to be keeping it moving here, coming directly into round 2. Starting in 10 seconds, we're back to the dumbbell row in the left arm. We're going to make it through both dumbbell rows and then we'll let out the air. Long spine, and here we go. Especially when you start to get a little fatigued, bring the attention back to the breathing, kind of helps to recenter everything, regroup. Solid. Final 10 seconds on this side for this round. It's our second of 3 rounds. And resting there. In between sides, if you remember, we had the blood flow work with the march or the skip. I'm just going to march it out this time. Catch my breath a little bit. Look to get that alternate arm, alternate leg. Lovely. All right, let's get ready for the dumbbell row on the other side. Shorten you up just a little bit there. So we get this other side in and then let out our air. Long spine. Coming on down. And 3, 2, 1. Opposite side. We've got our last exercise before we release the air out of the bands. Good. Really think about pulling that elbow as high as you can to the ceiling. Building that strength in the mid-back. Nice. Couple more. And take the pause. Excellent. All right. So once again, go ahead and let the air out. Take the bands off. We've got our tricep work next. Starting in 15 seconds. So either your overhead tricep extension or coming back for the dips. All right, if you're doing the dips, go ahead and sit up nice and tall. We'll give another few seconds here, get everybody ready. All right, starting in 5 seconds, lift the chest. You can also do the overhead work in 2, 1, here we go. And strong. Eyes looking forward. Sometimes we tend to crunch the head down. Excellent. 5 seconds now. And 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right, rebounding work. And we'll come into our final rounds. Woo! All right, we're going to be back to that left arm dumbbell row in 10 seconds. So we're flowing right through into this third and final round. Long spine, coming on down. And when you're ready, go ahead and begin. Remember, it's about quality of movement. So you want to emphasize that full range of motion. Really pulling that elbow up and then letting that shoulder reach forward in the bottom. Excellent. Keeping that breathing sync. In sync, 2, 1, and rest. Stand it on up. Woo. March and punch, or skip and punch. And that nice rotation through the torso. Awesome. 15 seconds will be onto our final arm for the dumbbell row. So let's go ahead and get into position. Now on the right side, long spine in 3, 2, 1. Last bit of the row. Awesome. I'm going to take out the tricep work on this last round. We'll go right into our rebounding work and then into our cool down stretch. 10 seconds left on this dumbbell row. Good. 2, 1, and there's your time. Excellent. Stand it on up. And as mentioned, finishing with our jump jacks, step jacks, or just a little rebounding work. Woo. Fantastic. Final 15 seconds, friends. Celebrate what you showed up for here today, moving your body, taking care of your well-being, both physically and mentally. 2, 1, and all done there. Fantastic. Let's grab a drink. And then we're going to mostly stay upright for our cool down today. I'm going to use the back of the chair here in just a moment. All right. So you can use a countertop, or even pushing, you can put your hands against the wall and lower the chest down. I'm going to use the back of the chair. So push it against. Don't lock the knees, just a little bend. And then as you draw your stomach in, guide your heart towards the floor. Bringing that breathing back into the nose, in and out the nose. Good. Coming up from that, we're going to move into a calf stretch. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Step that left foot back. And now we're lowering that heel down. Shoulders drawing back and down. Eyes looking up and forward. Good. Keep lengthening through your neck. And those shoulders down out of the ears. When you're ready, step the left foot forward. Same thing on the right side. Big step back, lowering that heel down. Feels wonderful. When you're ready, stepping that foot forward. And now we're going to come onto the floor and finish with our figure 4 and a little sciatic nerve floss for the back of the body. Ready. So coming onto your back. So let's start with your left foot. You're going to take your left foot over your right thigh and then pick up the legs, hugging that left thigh, right thigh in, pardon me. And then you can try to use the elbow of your left arm to kind of push out that left side. And then we're going to extend the right leg straight up, draw the toes towards you, point them towards the sky, draw it back towards you, and then hold those foot and toes there as you bend the knee down. 2 more, up, point. Ah, awesome. Beautiful. Release those legs down. In between sides, let's bring both legs up and together for our 2-knee twist. Both legs go to one side as you look over that other shoulder. then sweep them across, turning the head in the other direction. And once more each way. Balance out side to side. Just a minute, Moose. And then we'll finish with that figure 4. This time it should be your right leg crossing over your left thigh. Hug that left leg in. See if you can use that right elbow to push the right thigh out and away. And then when you're ready, you'll add the action of the left leg, drawing the toes towards your face as you extend your leg, point it up, drawing it back, and then bending it down. Wonderful. Twice more. You'll really know it when your body needs the sciatic nerve floss. You'll oftentimes feel quite a bit of tension with this motion. Now for me today, it's not talking to me a whole lot, which is also a good sign. When you're all done there, go ahead and release. And then we're just going to finish with our little stretch arm strong. You're going to extend those legs out, bring the arms up to overhead. And just let your body kind of melt into the floor. As you imagine, you have your friends pulling your arms over your head. Little gentle tug at the ankles, giving that space through your spine and your whole body. And then when you're ready, gently bring your arms down to the sides. I invite you to bring one hand onto the area of your heart, one hand onto the area of your lower abdomen. And just take a moment to pause. Feel the beat of your heart. Feel the rise and fall of your belly and chest. Just try to take a moment to relax. Give your body some grace. If there's anywhere that's kind of bothering you today, if you can kind of talk to that area of your body, see if you can get any sense of what it might need. And then we didn't do a lot of stretching, hardly any for the cool down. So I really invite you all today, when you're going by a doorway, today and every day, take a moment to pause, open. We tend to get really tight in the front of our chest. So you can kind of use the doorway as your friend, help give that opening there. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to moving with you soon.